the teachings. The teachings were suitable for the needs of the Jews, the teachings of Jesus. Look, he came for the Jews, he says so. He was particularly catering for their own sicknesses. The Jews had developed certain sicknesses. They had become hard-hearted. They had forgotten forgiveness. They had a law, an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth. Beautiful law for a nomadic people moving from oasis to oasis in the Sinai under Moses. They needed a law that will give them quick justice. There's no time for lengthy litigations. There's no time for putting a man in prison. So what do you do? A quick justice. An eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth. You damage my eye, go to the judge, he said, well, come, you also give it to him. He broke my tooth, he said, break his teeth. No, come on, man, there's work to be done. Move on, move on. Beautiful law. But laws have a tendency to change characters of people over a period of time. See, the racist people, Hitlerite Germany. Germany, one of the most cultured nations in Europe. The land of Goethe and Beethoven. That nation could incinerate 6 million Jews. It's impossible, man. How can they be so barbaric? 6 million Jews, they incinerated, and because of Hitler, some 40 million people died. In the Second World War, 40 million people died. What a devil. How did he do it? A nation like that? No. You can be programmed. You can be brainwashed. See, in a community, they talk about Jew, the parasite. So when it comes to some devil comes along and says, man, kill them all, put them in the incinerators, gas chambers. And the 90 million Germans, they just looked on. They looked on. It can happen. Brainwashing. I come from a color-conscious country, South Africa, color-conscious. I have invited hundreds of whites, businessmen and missionaries to my home for dinner and dialogue. I talk to them, I share with them my food and the ideas, and they enjoy both my talk and my food. You know, our food is captivating. You know that Pakistani food, man, it's Pakistani food. You can enslave people through the tongue. Feed them, I tell you, you can enslave them. With your bhajjas and samosas and your... So they enjoy my food, they enjoy my talk. And when they part, profuse thanks. And subsequently they meet me in the street. They want to know how's the missus. Convey my regards to her. But no white man has ever called me to his house for a cup of tea. Yet. And I jokingly asked them, I say, you people, don't you know such a thing as reciprocation? In your community, don't you know what is reciprocating? They said, no, they know. Then I said, how is it that nobody calls me for a cup of tea, man? I said, no, I tell you why. No, they are good people. Wallah, they are good people. They are good human beings, like any other community. But at the back of the mind, they are color conscious. Everything is color. We are divided by color. The Indian, the African, the colored, the white, color. Apartheid, keeping people apart. So now, I give them a heavenly treatment. But at the back of the mind, see, if I call this fellow, if he comes along with his wife and children, you know, with that long dress and that hijab, what you call that, shalwar, and that dupatta, and, you know, looking for the house, and people are watching, is where this coolie going? And you knock at the door, and the woman of the house, she opens the door, oh, come in, Mr. Deedat, come in. People are watching, so what's going on here? And 5 minutes goes by, half an hour goes by. He says, with this Mrs. Smith, you know, is she running a shebeen, you know, illegal liquor or something she's selling? Shh. All this, the fear at the back of the mind, subconsciously is there. So the guy says, no, just say, convey my regards to the missus. Says, thank you very much, sir. No, this is what laws do. Laws have a tendency to change characters of people over a period of time. Anybody, everybody. We all get brainwashed. So the Jews got brainwashed. Eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth. Eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth. They forgot forgiveness. So Jesus Christ, another spiritual physician among the Jews, he's a spiritual physician. He sees the sickness of his people. So he gives them a remedy. He says, it has been said by them of old time, the prophets of old, an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth. But I say unto you, resist not evil. He who strikes you on the right cheek, give him the other. This is an antidote, a remedy for a sickness. He says, if a man makes you to walk, he says, agree with thine adversary quickly, while thou art with him on the way. before he takes you before the magistrate and makes you to part with your last farthing. He said, if a man takes away your coat, give him your cloak also. If a man makes you to walk 1 mile, walk with him 2. I said, you good Christians, Britishers, you should have welcomed Hitler. Look, that guy wanted this little island, that's all. You should say, welcome. Look, that's what Jesus said. If a man wants to take away your coat, give him your cloak also. He said, look, my empire as well. India is for you. Australia is for you. South Africa is for you. What? This little Britain. That's what you ought to have done. But no, instead you fought back. This is Islam. When Churchill said, we'll fight them on the beaches. We'll fight them on the seashore. And we'll fight them with broomsticks. I said, I admire you for that. This is Islam teaching you that. Jesus told you to turn the other cheek. If the man takes your coat, give him your cloak, your trousers also. That's what you're supposed to do. But you didn't follow Jesus, you followed the Muslim Islam. Islam says you must fight back, you must resist every oppressor. So, the teaching only suitable for the needs of the Jew. Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he gives us a perfect example for every situation. Quran says, لَقَدْ كَانَ لَكُمْ فِي رَسُولِ اللَّهِ أُسْوَةٌ حَسَنَةٌ. So most certainly, in the Apostle of Allah, you have the best exemplar. In every aspect of human life. Where do you find this? In Surah Ahzab. Where do you find Ahzab? In the index. Ahzab. And the A, Ahzab. It tells you chapter 33, ayah number 21. Easy to find. Check it up. You owe it to yourself. Check it up.